G'day everybody, where's Wally here? Well, okay, it seems like Adam has been a naughty boy and he got himself a copyright strike, so we can't play with him. Who else is saying dumb things around here? Sleeping Warrior? Well, of course he is. Let's have a look.
It takes time because the air and the bromine molecules are colliding with themselves and each other. So what would happen if there was no air for the bromine to bump into?
Well, Sleeping Warrior, after failing hard trying to trip up Ranty and Ruhif, is now back in his knee-hugging safe place, playing with bromine gas.
All the air has been removed from this apparatus, apart from the flask containing bromine, which is isolated by a tap. Open the tap and it spreads immediately.
And of course, Anthony immediately pounces on the word immediately, without looking at what she is actually saying.
Watch again. In a vacuum, there's no air to collide with. The bromine diffuses much faster.
Do a video and tell me how I'm wrong.
See how slow the diffusion is when the flask is now full of air. It takes several minutes to get just this far.
You can't have pressure or a gradient in an open system. Pascal's law's your fucking science. Pop goes your model.
Do a video and tell me how I'm wrong.
So Sleeping Warrior has unwittingly, and yes, when you are without wit, what else would you expect? He has provided the perfect experiment to debunk his debunk, which relies on the word instant, as in takes no time. Let's see if the bromide actually does diffuse immediately. And let's do this scientifically. First of all, we'll set up a null hypothesis that the bromine diffuses immediately that the tap is opened. The alternative hypothesis is that the gas takes time to diffuse, as atoms still have to move from one place to another. So what I did was I grabbed a 3-second video of the bromine demonstration that Anthony got all hot and bothered by. I added a stopwatch, so I had an elapsed time on every single frame of the video. I grabbed frames from 0 to 3 seconds at every 0.2 second interval. I copied a black 3-pointed arrow to every frame to standardize where I was sampling. I then used the color picking tool to sample the pixel at the tip of all 3 arrows. Now I recorded the blue color value, as the red one naturally wouldn't change very much. The blue one was quite nice. Next, I normalised the colour values, and by that I mean, Anthony, I scaled them so that the lowest value was 0 and the highest was 1, and all intermediate values were in the correct proportional position between them. I plotted all 3 sets of normalised colours on the y-axis, and naturally I used time on the x-axis as the independent variable, as is expected. So what does this graph look like? Here it is. So what does that show us? Well, it shows us that Anthony is wrong. Why is Anthony wrong? Well, see this shaded area in red? That's what fail looks like. That is demonstrable proof that the left flask is filling 200 milliseconds after the right flask. So much for immediately, as Anthony claims. Well, that null hypothesis, it's dead, and the alternative lives. Gas must disperse. It requires time to do so. Now, the claim of immediately is false. Sorry about that, Anthony. Now, I busted your fantasy, Anthony. Have a go at this then. So, Anthony, watch this clip and explain the following. How is the ball of fluid floating, and for so long? Why isn't it moving, as the air that it is in has a lower density than the water? Why do the CO2 bubbles stay inside the water? Why do the CO2 bubbles seem to have absolutely no clue as to which way is up, particularly as they are a lower density than the water that surrounds them? So why are they not moving as RDD demands? Oh dear, that looks pretty sad for you, mate.
外に向かってバンバン出てますね。すごい。こんな感じでございます。すごい反応です。おお、炭酸ガスがね、こう水の中でこういっぱい出てるんですけど、なかなか強烈です。上手、半分しか入れなかったんですけど、すごい香料ですね。はい。お、安定してますね。ちょっとね。泡でいっぱいになりました。で、泡の分ちょっとね大きくなったような気もしますけど、すごいなんか SF に出てくる惑星みたい。こうすごい。こう水のね中にこうちっちゃな気泡がいっぱい浮いてるのが分かります。時のためにタオルを持ってきました。タオルでじゃあ吸い取ってみたいと思います。あ、弾かれちゃった。はい、ということで全部タオルが吸い取りました。次はですね、このテフロン加工のラケットを使って
Dumbass. Half a page of mathematics, a Bible full of lingo. Along comes scientific method, pop goes your model.
And for those of us who daily do science for a living, know that you are missing the very last and most crucial step in the scientific process. Now, Anthony, if you have anyone blocked from commenting on your findings, then you are not scientific model compliant. Now, we have all tried to tell you this, but you have us blocked. You also have me hidden, so you don't see my comments to you on other channels. What exactly are you fearing, Anthony? Afraid of actual science, are you? Well, thanks guys. If you like what I've done here today to poor Anthony, how about you do some button clicking, subs, likes, etc. See if we can get this channel rocking a bit more.
Dumbass.